Hey loves, welcome back to Over 50 with DJ, creating the life I want and deserve one day at a time. In today's video, we are talking about a very powerful tool for self-discovery, journaling. Now let's jump into this video. I want to share with you that there is such power in journaling. It helps you clarify your thoughts. It helps you identify your feelings. It helps you determine habits that you want to start, but it also helps you figure out patterns that you want to break. Journaling has been such a meaningful part of my life ever since I was a young girl with diaries, but really more so as I've gotten older and life has gotten so much more complicated than it ever was. And trust me, not being able to start off 2025 journaling really bothered me on so many levels, but that's a whole nother video. In this video, we're going to talk about gratitude and how grateful I am for being able to start journaling again. And I want to share with you some of the things that I use in my journaling journey, and hopefully you find it helpful. So first of all, let's talk about why journaling actually works so well. When you have a lot on your mind and a lot going on in your life, sometimes it's so hard to be able to identify a clear, crisp thought. Sometimes it's hard to put words to the feelings that you have. And journaling is one way to clear all of the noise out and allow you to just put on paper what you're thinking and how you're feeling. It doesn't matter if you're journaling for joy, frustration, confusion, anger. Journaling allows you to clear the mental clutter and write it down so that you can start to organize your thoughts and your feelings. And that is super empowering. Secondly, you don't know where to start. You don't have a million journals like I have here on the table, which I'm going to go through in a moment with you. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed. All you need is a spiral notebook. You can run over to the Dollar Tree and grab you one of those notebooks, grab you an ink pen. I'm sure we all got pens lying around, and you can just start writing from there. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be all extra. All you need is a clean piece of paper and a writing instrument. One of the easiest ways to get started with journaling, if you're not sure how to start or what you want to talk about, is to start with a few simple prompts, because these prompts typically will open up the door to other thoughts and ideas that will then start to flow out of you really easily. So let's talk about a couple prompts that you can use to get started. You could start with prompt number 1. What am I grateful for today? That prompt allows you to stop, no matter what's going on in your life, and identify at least one thing that you are grateful for. Once you can identify one thing, that may open up the doors for you to start identifying other things that you're grateful for, and thus the journaling can begin. How did I handle a challenge that was difficult this week? Sometimes when we are faced with a challenge, we have to figure out how to overcome that. And so for us, we just jump right in, we get started, and we tackle the problem. And then we move on with life, because life moves on with us, and something else probably is around the bend. But sometimes using this journal prompt will allow you to identify your strengths, allow you to identify ways that you handled something that you're so proud of. And it gives you an opportunity to journal about those feelings and those thoughts that you had in the moment. Another great prompt, one that I definitely started with, was, what does my ideal day look like? Another variation of that might be, just start with 3 things that I hope to accomplish this week. These simple prompts will give you an opportunity to start to think about that question and what emotions and thoughts and feelings it evokes in you. And that's what you can start journaling about. What you're going to find is that as you begin to answer the questions and the prompts, or even some of the questions that come to your mind when you start journaling, you're going to start to be able to identify patterns, thoughts, and feelings that you may not even be aware that you have. It doesn't always have to be a prompt. Maybe you got an amazing promotion at your job and you want to start journaling about that. Maybe one of your children or your grandchildren had an achievement or did something that you're super proud of, and you start journaling about that. Maybe it's about your hopes and dreams that you have for yourself now that you can start living for yourself, because everybody else has grown and gone about their business, and now you're in the best phase of your life. Whatever starts the journaling process for you, lean into that, because I promise you that first step is all it's going to take to open up a world of possibilities. Now, journaling is like other important things that matter to us. It only works if we work it. So my advice, as you look at using journaling as the tool for self-discovery at this phase of your life, is to find a few moments a day set aside for you to journal. You do not have to write a dissertation. You are not writing a term paper for college. All you need is a few moments. Now, for me, throughout the week, it looks a little different than it does on a day like today, which is Sunday. Sunday is my self-care Sunday. And you know what? Let me know in the chat if you want to know how I tackle self-care Sunday, because baby, it sets me up for such success for the week. Days are a little different. My time is very firm. I have a very structured schedule during the week. And so my journaling doesn't take place until the end of the day. But I use the weekends, Sundays in particular, to set myself up for success with journaling. I make sure that I plan out what the rest of my week is going to look like. And I even write down when I plan to journal, because as I learned a long time ago, if I don't write it down for myself, it's not going to happen. Other things are going to get in the way. Other people are going to get in the way. Other things for other people. And I then start to push myself to the back of the plate. And you know, as we talked about self-care and why it matters, we are no longer doing that in 2025. So let me share with you a little bit about how I journal, what I use to journal, and how I set myself up at the beginning of my week, which for me, my week starts on Sunday. So let's take a look at what I have. The first thing that I use, and you may not think of this as a journal, but I think of this as journaling because, again, this is what keeps me tracking for the week. So I just have a cute little to-do list or today's plan list that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's got a magnet on the back so I can put it on my refrigerator, but I keep it here in my office where I do my small business and my day job when I have to work from home. But as you can see, it's got lines on it and it's letting me know exactly what I'm going to be working on. It's letting me know exactly what I need to get accomplished. And I write this up on Sunday for Monday. Monday gets me started, and then Monday night, I write down what I got to do for Tuesday. Now, to be honest, sometimes I'm an overachiever and I write a million things down on this list and I don't get to all of them in a day. What I do is I take whatever I didn't get through on day one and I move it over to day two. Because if it was important enough on day one that I didn't get to it, I move it over to day two. If it was one of those fluff things that I wrote down that really wasn't critical, I strike a line through it so I don't even have to worry about carrying it over into the next day. So this is something that I start on Sunday and it preps me for Monday, and then I do these every evening just so that I know what I have to go do for the next day. A lot of competing priorities will try to jump in the way, but this really helps me stay focused on what's important to me, which is who we're trying to take better care of. Let's talk about what we're doing around our health. One of my favorite journals that I found, I feel like I was probably at like a Ross or a Home Goods kind of store, but it's called Healthy Body, Healthy Life. And what I liked about this when I found it, it had a section that you could hook a pen to. It had the little binder so that I could keep it. It was purse size so I could carry it with me. And what I liked about it is that it let you kind of plan out your day, right? So here at the top is the month, then there are the days, then it had objectives for the day. So this really challenged me to say, what am I going to be doing for my health this week? And what are the goals for the day? It also has a workout. It assumes I'm going to work out. So it has there the workout. What type of workouts did I do? What was the best part of the workout? And if I needed to improve on something, what was that going to be? The other thing that it had it down here was a daily meal recap, and I'll bring it up closer. A daily meal recap, which I like. Now, it had total calories, calorie tracker, but the box that I really need is that bottom box, which says number of glasses of water. Water is not my jam, but this is something that would hold me accountable to try to drink water. And then it had a space for me to kind of write in my meals. Over here, it was a section for me to journal how the day went at the end of the evening on Mondays, which is when I would usually journal, is at the end of the day. And I could write down how I did for that day, and then I could flip over and go to the next day. Now, I'll be honest with you all. I want to show you this because we're transparent over here. See all these pages? All these pages right here. These are all my stops and starts, y'all. These are all the times that I started and stopped this process. I show you this because nobody is perfect. And as long as I'm putting the effort in, eventually I'm going to fill all these pages on a consistent day. My sister and I are starting a journey today, and them 8 pounds did not help. So, I'm for real about this. And so I will be doing this every day. So we'll be filling in this for today. So far today, all we've had is a cup of our caramel latte with our cold foam. And we're also intermittent fasting. And I do plan to do a video about that because I can sure use some help, y'all, and some recipes. I'm journaling about my health every single day. And I like that it has a reflective page because that reflective page allows me to tweak. Maybe I saw a recipe online. Maybe one of you drop a comment that lets me get a great idea. I want to write about how I'm walking. Just inflammation's kind of running a little rampant in my body. And so getting out there and walking is going to really help get the bones moving and everything. And so this is going to be a journal this year that is super important to me around how I'm taking care of my health. Now, I'm not saying this is what you have to use. Again, you can use a spiral notebook and create a whole page or section that's just about your physical health. I just happened to find this one in the store. It was 160 pages for like $4.99. So don't, miss out when you see a Ross or a TJ Maxx or a home goods section kind of a store. I say those because those are a little less expensive than, say, if you went into like a Walmart, place or, a stationery store. Again, I'm not counting your coins. I'm just telling you where I find mine. So this is one that I absolutely love. Let me share with you the one that's for more so of my mental health. I love this journal and I'm so excited about it. This is a guided journal for self-reflection, and it's a 5-minute daily reflection journal. The reason I'm excited about this one, and if you can find something like this, you'll get a lot of bandwidth out of it because it has a lot of prompts that really can help you start thinking about what you want to reflect on and kind of pull out of yourself and get out of you so you can be refreshed. Y'all are not gonna believe where I found this. This journal I found at Aldi grocery store. At the beginning of January, I remember last year, they had another journal that I really liked and I used it all year long. So I knew to run back up in there. Now, granted, I'm filming this video in March of 2025, but I don't care when you see this. Trust me when I tell you, make your way over to an Aldi if you have one in your city or your town, because in January, they're going to bring these out and they go so quickly. Now, let me tell you why I love it. When I open it up, it has a positive affirmation right here on the front. And this one says, the first one to start the journal says, keep your face always towards the sunshine and the shadows will fall behind you. And that was a statement by Walt Whitman. Now, what I like about it is the first page of the journal. First of all, I love journals that are bright and colorful. I'm not gonna lie, I just love it. It allows me to put the date right here at the top. 5 things that I'm thankful for. I appreciate being able to think about what am I grateful for. Now, again, I journal during the week at the end of the night before I go to sleep to just kind of calm my thoughts and put me in bed with a peaceful thought. And that's why I like that it starts out with what I'm grateful for. Then it asks, how am I feeling today? I kind of do that in past tense. How did I feel today? How was my day? Here, what were my goals for the day in my mind, because I'm very, very serious about this weight loss journey that I'm about to embark on. So I'm going to imagine that this is really going to be about exercise and water intake and staying on my intermittent fast and eating window. Over here is an affirmation. And, sometimes I'm just out and about and positive thoughts will come to my mind. And so whichever one I'm feeling in that moment, maybe this is, I am more than I think I am. Maybe this is, you got that girl. I don't know what this section is going to be, but yeah. And then what to let go of. And I think here, I love this section because what I'm going to write here is, what is something that I'm still dragging with me into the next day? Like, what's still unsettled for me? What is that thing I need to give to God and let it go and let Him handle it? So I'm definitely looking forward to this. Now, sometimes there may not be anything here that I need to let go of, but if it is, I want to give myself the space to be able to write that. I love this journal because it's self-guided. It lets me have prompts that I don't have to create, and it reminds me to be grateful. And I think as things hit us and as this crazy world is crazying, remembering to be grateful and show gratitude for what we do have is so important. And then my last one, I've been doing this one slowly for about 1.5 years now. And you see I wrote on here Sunday. I loved it because it says self-care journal, and Sundays are my self-care day. So I felt like this journal was calling to me. I got this journal at Ross, and I paid $4.99 for it. What I like about this one, and I only do this one. I only do this one probably once every 3 months, seriously, because it's a very deep journal. This one really makes you dig deep into yourself and get real with yourself. So like what I'm up to now in the section, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it said mood patterns. And so here it has prompts that's really going to help me gain insight into my moods. When are you generally happiest? When are you generally anxious or tired? What consistently triggers a change in your mood? It's about discovering those answers, but I'm not ready for that yet, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes self-discovery, you gotta be mentally ready sometimes to kind of unpack a lot of that stuff. But what I can share with you that I have done inside of here already is I want to share so you can see I have started it right on this one. This section was body care, and this was asking me, how do I take care of my body? This page here was about body positivity and helping me find the beauty in the body that I'm living with, and it had really great prompts like, how has society influenced my perception of my body? Body positivity role models, how I view myself, and how it has changed over time. Again, absolutely making me dig deep. The next section was around emotional health. It was some about me prompts, like what I like most about my personality, affirmations that I can use to help build my confidence, things that make me laugh. Like, I love journals like this that make me dig into myself. But as I said, sometimes it's very powerful. Sometimes it's a little more than I'm ready for. So I give myself grace, and I only do this one like once every 3 months. So like 4 times a year, I try to tackle a section. Maybe that'll change as time goes, but this one is just kind of that one that really, really makes me dig a whole lot deeper and really do some really soul searching reflection back. So I know I shared a lot of the journals that I use, but again, it only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. We should be turning down devices and turning off the television and electronics and all of that stuff as we get ourselves ready for rest time. For me, I've personally found that journaling in the evenings really helps me settle into my bed comfortably with a clearer mind, because I don't have all these thoughts running around. And on Sundays, it's a chance for me to connect with myself, with God, just peaceful, starting my day off the way I want, enjoying a peaceful cup of coffee with no rush, lighting a candle, saging my home, because I sage my home every Sunday. I just want all the bad stuff out, and I just want to keep all what's positive in. But again, 5 minutes, maybe 10, because really this one takes nothing. And if I give at least 5 minutes to each of these, maybe even 20 minutes, 10 minutes a piece, I'm worth 20 minutes, and so are you. The main thing to remember about journaling is it's not about perfection. Yeah, I got in my own head about my handwriting because I couldn't hold the pen, but it's not about perfection. It really isn't. It's about giving myself a quiet time to pull my thoughts and my feelings to the surface, to get them out so that I can start exploring. As always, I want to hear about your experience. I want to know if you are new to journaling and this is going to be your first time doing it, or if you're jumping back in like myself. Either way, I think you'll find journaling to be a very positive addition to your journey. I hope you'll let me know in the chat if you download the prompts that I've created for you and that you are actually using them. Remember, it's a powerful tool to journal, but it only helps if we do it. Until my next video, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Drop me a comment, give this video a thumbs up. Please share it with somebody that you know will find it helpful. And do not forget to click the notification bell so that you get notified every time I drop a new video. Until next time, my loves, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.